Imagine the scene. It's the last exam. You planned something nice for them when they got home. Their favourite meal, maybe a small gift, maybe, and you'll probably not admit this to anybody, a balloon. And you were expecting joy. Instead, they came through the door, stared at the dinner and said, "Thanks, I'm not really hungry," and went straight to bed at 7:30. And now it's day 3 and you're sliding meals under the door like you're feeding a rescue animal. Welcome to the post-exam crash. Completely normal, completely predictable, and for most parents, completely unexpected. Let me explain what happens. For months, your child's stress system has been running at a low, constant hum. Cortisol increased, alertness increased. The whole nervous system quietly braced for the next paper, the system that doesn't switch off the moment the exam ends. What happens instead is something called the let down effect. The body, finally told it can stand down, responds with fatigue, low mood, sometimes headaches, sometimes mild illness. Not because something is wrong, actually because something is right. The system is releasing what it's been holding. There's also an identity piece. For months, your child had a structure, a timetable, a purpose, even if they hated it. And that disappears overnight. And a sudden void where a timetable used to be can feel oddly uncomfortable, even when it's exactly what they wanted. A mother told me about her daughter's last exam day. She planned the whole evening. Daughter's favourite film queued up, snacks, the works. Her daughter came home, ate approximately 4 chips, and went to bed before the opening credits finished. For the next 4 days, barely a sound from upstairs. The mother nearly knocked and said, "Right, get up, we're going out. This is ridiculous." Instead, she kept food at the bottom of the stairs, said nothing. Day 5, her daughter wandered down and asked, "Can we go to the cinema?" Day 7, she was texting friends again. The crash had run its course, on its own timetable, nobody else's. So if that's your child or something similar, one thing you can do is name it, sometimes before the exams. In the last day or 2 of exams, drop this in casually. A lot of people feel a bit flat when exams end. That's totally normal. It doesn't mean anything's wrong. 1 sentence, that's it. It means that when the crash does arrive, they won't panic about the crash, and neither will you. Step 2, actually let them rest. Not grudgingly permissive, not, "I suppose you can have today." Genuine, explicit permission. This week, do nothing. That's the right call. See, many teenagers feel guilty about the crash. They think they should be celebrating. Naming rest as the correct response removes the guilt. Step 3, don't forensically debrief the exams. Not yet. Going through question 3 on the biology paper keeps the stress response running when it's trying to shut down. There'll be time for that conversation, but this week isn't it. Step 4, if it was genuinely manic, some exam seasons are extraordinary. Panic before papers, weeks of broken sleep. If that was yours, expect the recovery to take 2 to 3 weeks, not 1. Like you're going on a holiday, allows you the time to break it. And don't measure it against your friends' timelines. Measure it against where your child started and watch for the difference between a crash, which lifts week by week, and burnout, which doesn't. If the flatness persists beyond 3 or 4 weeks, a conversation with your GP may be a sensible step. Not an alarm, just a check. So what does that mean? Your child isn't sulking. They're not being dramatic. They're not secretly unhappy about their results. What they have been doing is running at a high intensity for a very long time, and the engine needs to cool down. Our job as parents is remarkably simple. Keep the food available, say nothing about the quiet, and trust the process. In the next video, we're going to look at the complete opposite child, the one you haven't actually seen since the last exam because they've barely been home.